Okay. Good afternoon. I am Alex Johnson. I am president of the Plano West Rotary Club, and I welcome you to our warm meeting on February 16th. I will turn it over to our illustrious and amazing Sergeant of Arms and Treasurer, Mr. Mike Walker. Take it away.
Well, good morning. I guess we start off with our brag bucks, and Roger, you want to give us a brag this morning about the balmy weather, and sunshine in your home?
Yeah, well, the key to staying warm is you go to bed with sweatshirts on and you name it. And it was nice. So, but we've had power the whole time, so we're lucky.
Yeah, amen to that. Laura, do you ever brag this afternoon?
I think she heard you.
Laura, do you ever brag this afternoon? Laura Johnson. I think she's trying
on her
to
work
talk.
phone. I don't think she's paying attention.
Yeah. Randall, how about you? You have a brag this afternoon?
You know, I do. I made it to the office today, which is not too far from my house, but I made it to the office and I don't have a 4x4 truck. So I consider that a brag. I saw a lot of 4x4 trucks zipping right by me, but I made it regardless. So that's my brag for today.
Oh, glad you made it. How about the Thorntons? Do you have a collective brag or you have something individual?
I think I'm glad that we have power, hot water, because a lot of people we know from other social circles, like seems like half of them have some kind of issue at their house, whether it's power or hot water. So
Yeah, we even have, Mike, and we have the Okerekes are staying with us because they're without electricity yesterday, and they have a special needs child, so we couldn't find a hotel, so they're in the next room over there.
Wow. Well, that's thoughtful of y'all to do that.
Well, I didn't want to leave them high and dry, so
Yeah.
we're trying to figure something out for going forward, but yeah.
we think we have hotels for them for tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
and
for
the
sure,
next
maybe
night.
tonight, but the hotel I got for tonight it's without power, so that doesn't sound good.
I got you. All right, well, thank you. Ike, do you ever brag this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm just going to brag for Thorntons that they have social circles. So I guess good for you.
Were you surprised?
Yeah, I'm still, yeah.
Well, if your power goes out, give us a call.
All right. Well, why don't you just text everybody your address?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Catherine, do you ever brag this afternoon? Oh, see here.
I do, in that we've had a good turnaround on, unfortunately, because we don't have a steady food source for our service project at Barron and at Douglas. We've had to temporarily halt that, but we've turned it around pretty fast and still are on a schedule to be helping out Plano ISD students and their families in need in March. So we're pretty happy that we're able to continue our service.
That's good news. Thank you. Zane, do you ever brag?
My power hasn't gone out. Are you in Some of my friends, they were at like 42 degrees in their house like yesterday. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy for them.
Pretty uncomfortable. Mr. Frankenfield, do you have a brag this afternoon?
Yeah, I have a brag that we all have the opportunity to vote for some forward rainy day thinking people in the administrations that have power over the electrical grid. Nobody seems to address that there's rainy days out there and the have-nots get hit harder than the haves. And it's about time we address this thing. Back in '83, when the last big electrical grid ice storm hit, we only had 50,000 people in Plano. Now we have close to 300,000. And all they've done is band-aided this thing, going the cheap route. They had a electrical university professor on the Spectrum channel the other night addressing this and how we're not going for the rainy days, and this is what happens. So look at your officials when you have your next election and make sure they have rainy days in mind.
Thank you. Mr. President, do you have a brag for us today?
Actually, can you catch me later? I'm
Well,
gonna-
you're the last one on the totem pole here.
Really? Ad lib, I got to do something on our meeting.
Joanna's
Well,
on, Mike.
All right, I've got a nice little table dance I can do for you if you.
Mike. Joanna, I see a Joanna's on. She's on the, do you see her?
Oh, I see. Hi, Joanna. I saw her. She's the one that was all bundled up under that.
Yeah, that's right.
Joanna, do you have
Yes.
a brag you like to share with the
Well,
club?
sure, I can, something that occurred to me as I'm sitting here all bundled up. Of course, y'all don't know me yet, but I am a knitter. And so I have on a hand knitted hat. I have on a hand knitted, it's sort of like a big combination of a shawl and a scarf right here. And then I have on 2 pairs of hand knitted socks. And I am underneath 2 handmade quilts, one of which was probably made in 1900 or so. The other one, which is made
Wow.
by my mother-in-law. So there was a lot of handwork that went on, you know, keeping us warm. And I just think that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. Thanks for sharing that. And there's one other person, I don't see a name, it just got the letters DBX. Anybody know who that is?
Usually Benton.
Mr. Benton?
Since you got vaccinated
Is that me?
up as this, I think they implanted a chip in it.
Is that code for I've gone to sleep or what is that?
We haven't been able to hear Ben the last couple of days.
That's me.
There you go.
Oh, hey, Ben, speak up.
Well, I'm here.
You got a brag this afternoon?
Yeah, I hate to say this, but our power has been on the entire time. We even went to a wedding yesterday.
Wow. Well, that's good. You know, talking about keeping your power on may kind of be like talking about flat tires. As soon as you do, you have one.
There you go.
Kind of cross your fingers. All right, Mr. President, that's all I have.
All right, thank you for ad
Back
libbing,
to you.
Mike. I am ready. My brag is that we have been blessed that we have not had a power outage either, knock on wood. But our electric company, or, you know, it's one of those, it's a front for the electric company, you know, Texas Power and Light, they have this thing, if you could reduce your electric bill by 30% over these 4 days, they'll give you $100 cash. So we have, and they've made all these recommendations of how to do that, and we've implemented all of them, and our kids think we're living in prison because it's so cold inside, and we did all these things. So hey, we'll see if we can help the greater good by bringing down our electrical consumption. For those that don't know, the whole reason this is happening, the electric companies, they shut down components of their infrastructure during the winter because it's very rarely used. And they actually downsize their staff. But because of this weather influx, it just hit them. So they thought they would have stage blackouts in order to manage it, but they were hit so hard. Now the blackouts have actually been taken over by major outages. So it's basically a business thing on their part. They know they don't usually use, you know, who has big electric bills in the winter. So they did not predict the weather, which Texas isn't really well known for predicting the weather anyway. So anyway, let's move on for our awesome meeting. We're going to turn it over to Mr. Roger Libby, and he is going to lead us in prayer.
Bow your heads, please. Our Heavenly Father, we give thanks for you bringing all of these people together who want to open their hearts and help others. We give We ask your blessing on all the frontline workers who are sacrificing so much to help others. And we ask your blessing on all the young people in our group who have already opened up their hearts to so many people. And bless our great country. Amen.
Amen. Laura Johnson was going to lead us in the pledge, but she had a work emergency. That's why she had to drop off. So she's driving to one of the properties that she manages in this rugged weather. So do we have any volunteers to lead us in pledge? Anybody? Any brave soul that doesn't have a problem leading us in the pledge? Well, it sounds like no one's volunteering, so I'll do it. So if everybody could look towards the flag, and we will say a pledge to the greatest nation in the world. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Awesome. All right. Well, now what we want to do is what I call the best thing to do in the club. We're going to do an induction. And our new member, proposed member, is currently working off her phone. She has no power, but look at the dedication that she has to being a part of Rotary. So Joanna, what we do is I always do a personal induction into Rotary because, as I mentioned earlier, Rotary is for life. And even though we're virtual, we don't want to pass over that, and because this is a significant aspect of for you. So at this point, I am speaking directly to you. So Joanna Snowden, you have been. I'm sorry, I messed up again. I get all excited about this stuff. We haven't even voted you yet, so we're going to vote. I did this before. So everybody, and we have a few more members. What we're going to do is, everybody knows, we're going to throw up a Zoom vote, and everybody but Joanna can vote. I'm trying to think, do we have any other non-members on? We sure don't. We have our newest member. Rosalind has just joined. So everybody look for the vote. And go vote quickly. Perfect, perfect. And it was unanimous. So Joanna, you have been voted into the Rotary Club of Plano West. And so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now
Thank you, everybody.
So now I'm going to induct you. See, I've done this before. I get all excited about it and I'm just ready to induct you. So now I'm speaking to you, right you. And so Joanna Snowden, you have been proposed for membership and the club has just elected you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you into the Rotary Club of Plano West. I understand you are aware of Rotary's requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you will have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians locally and worldwide. I especially commend to you the attention to the object of Rotary and the four-way test, which form the criteria for Rotarians in their daily lives. When you travel, you have the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. And now, by the power vested in me as the president of the Rotary Club of Plano West, I will pin this Rotary emblem on you and declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. Welcome to Rotary, and we all look forward to the enrichment of our lives and your own by your association in the world's oldest, largest, and finest service organization, Rotary International. Woo! Now, Normally, Joanna, Roxana, and her team, we provide a new member kit this afternoon to you. It has your Rotary pin, information about our club, about Rotary, and a lot of information. But I do know that that Joanna is having power issues. So that's why she's not on. And then because of the danger in driving, I don't know when she's going to feel comfortable in, because she hand delivers it. So I will let Roxana contact you so we can hand deliver your new member kit, but it might not be today. I don't know. That's really, given that she doesn't have power, I don't know if she'll be doing that soon, but she'll be touching base with you. But welcome to our club. And I know you are a leader, a project manager extraordinaire. I've heard a number of people that know you that just says, you know, one thing about Joanna, you give her something to do, she gets it and she gets it done. That's what Rotary wants and needs. And we're looking forward to you joining us in our mission of saving lives and changing lives. And I know you're cold. You look cold. You make me look cold. But awesome.
I'm a little chilly. Mostly my hands are cold right now. But yeah, no, I'm very pleased and very proud to be associated with this group, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And we so love having you. Now, we've got, normally we do a foundation moment at this point, but our recipient is of a Paul Harris Fellow is not able to make it today. It's the weather and the power. So we're not doing that. So I'm going to ad lib because we always talk about the Rotary Foundation. And I've said this in the past, for those, we have some new members. The Rotary Foundation is the foundation behind Rotary. And it is where a lot of our good work is done. And one of our missions this year for our club is to engage the public in supporting the Rotary Foundation. One of the biggest initiative that Rotary is embarking on is eradicating polio. And we have been doing that, I don't know, what is that, 40 years? Wasn't it in the 70s we started it? And
yeah, or early 80s, maybe, I forget, yeah.
And it is down to 2 countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan. That's it. And Rotary, we partner with the World Health Organization, the Bill and Melinda Gates Organization, and what we're involved in, obviously we didn't create the vaccine, but is in dissemination of the vaccine, specifically in third world countries. And so Africa is polio free, which was a huge, huge, huge accomplishment for the World Health Organization and Rotary. So now we're down to these last 2. And what's important for us to know as Rotarians is that our polio initiative is already in place to support the COVID vaccination process, because these vaccinations, we're having our little challenges here, but we have it so good compared to these other third world countries and not the underdeveloped countries. And that's where the vaccination process and infrastructure is important. And that's where Rotary, we're already in place. We're already in place with the cold storage that's necessary, vaccination relationships, distribution. And now it's not in America, but it's going to be in the third world countries. So know that each one of us, through our activities, our service, our donations, through the Rotary Foundation, are impacting COVID. And I think that's really important for all of us to know. We, for the last 40 years, have built this infrastructure that's going to expedite it now. So that is basically my Rotary moment or my Rotary Foundation moment. At this point, I'm going to talk through our club business. Let me go ahead. And Zane, just a side note, it doesn't look like we have our speaker. So can you go ahead and prepare for networking?
Yes.
You with me? Okay, we will work it. All right, so let me there we go. Can you guys see my screen? No? Yes, good. So just to go through club business here. We are going to be voting and inducting a new member next week, Debbie O'Reilly. Now, also next week, we have a very, 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 very special guest speaker, John Huco, who is the General Secretary and Chief Executive Officer for Rotary International. I think he has about 800 Rotary employees that report to him. The man operates at the world level, you know, at the United Nations, World Health Organizations, speaks 8 languages fluently. It's just, if you just look him up, he is like somebody that would be at that level. Well, because of our club, our diversity, our service, our focus on Rotary ideals, he is speaking to our club next week via Zoom, which happens to take place on the 116th anniversary of Rotary. So that makes it really special. We're having our global leader speak to our club. Well, that's such a big deal that the district leadership, they're going to attend our meeting, and they ask that we invite the rest of the district. So who knows? We could have our normal 30 people, or we might have 100 people. We don't know who's going to show. But one of the things that Mr. Huco asked, that we call him John, and he wanted to see our club meeting. He didn't want a special shindig. So all these people that are going to visit us, they're going to watch this club format. And I will give Glenn Thornton credit. I was going to not have any special ceremonies like inductions or Paul Harris, but he said, yeah, he thinks Mr. John Huco would love to see that. So Debbie is going to get the opportunity of being inducted with the global leader of Rotary and our Rotary leadership locally from North Texas and a bunch of others. So I know a number of people here are friends with Debbie or have met her. So it's going to be kind of cool. I mean, it's going to be really cool. So it's just amazing what our club, we do as a group, and we continue to do it. Next week is PETS. It stands for President-elect Training, but it's just training on Rotary. I encourage more people to sign up. It costs $50, but the club will reimburse you. It's virtually next week. Please sign up. The more you know about Rotary, the more you get excited about Rotary. I mean, I just honestly say that. I mean, you don't understand the scope of Rotary until you see it, feel it, and be involved in it. And leadership is not for those that have been around for a long time. Leadership is for people like Joanna, who just got inducted, and she could start doing leadership now. So don't think you have to be around for a long time. Don't think you have some steps to take. If you want to be involved in leadership, let me know, and we will give you the opportunity. And there's a lot. I also want to point out, everybody should have got an email about the Pisd volunteer application. Catherine mentioned through our, Catherine and James, both are members. They are, basically James is doing this as part of his job. Back up, the school district provides a lot of wraparound services for the families, and they have food initiatives that are already in the works, and they're being managed by staff members, administrators. So they're helping feed the families of their students on their own time. I bet you Rosalind's done this someday if something happened at West, and she's got to run out there and do stuff and then go back and do her job. Well, James's department handles a number of those projects, which if you guys remember, we had Courtney Gober, Teresa Williams, and Sarah Bonser speak. And Courtney Gober's his boss. He's responsible for all family and student services for the district. Well, we are going to be helping them. We're going to be basically taking the place of staff to help these families, so the staff could do what they're really paid to do, support the kids. But to do that, we have to be formal registered Pisd volunteers, which is a process. It's a background check. Basically, it takes about 2 weeks. So we want as many people in our club to go through the Pisd volunteer process. Obviously, the people that are staff, like Rosalind, they don't have to. I do it every year because I've always volunteered with the district, but we go through the process. Well, then only when that is done, then we can help. So as Catherine mentioned, right now there's a program called Plano Up, where the district is providing foods to families at 3 campuses, 3 different days, once a month. We've put up the March schedule, which is March 18th. We'd like to get is basically this way. Every single volunteer we get allows a staff to go educate and take care of kids. And so we're not only helping families, we're helping teachers and staff do what they do best. And so that's really exciting. If we get a number of people signed up through the Plano ISD volunteer process, we're looking, James is looking into doing Saturday events. Typically, school district doesn't do stuff on Saturdays because they want the employees to have a weekend. But with us bringing in volunteers, if we get enough through the PISD volunteer system, then we can do Saturday events, which allows us to get more volunteers. And there's other opportunities that we're looking at. So this is a huge step for us. And it's really going to give us the opportunity of really doing a lot of good. All right, sign up for committees. We talked about leadership. There's a different committees. Those are their committee chairs. If you click that link, you'll see how you can sign up and be on their committee. Now, you don't have to lead it, you just help. And that helps us run our club. So please do that. The sad note is we are canceling the Mardi Gras party tonight. And the reason why we're doing that, we're taking the lead from District 5810. They had a Mardi Gras party and they canceled it just because of everything that's going on, power and so on. Just the fact that our meeting is half our size right now. And so we decided to do the same. It stinks. It was going to be fun, but we think it's going to make it less things for everybody to worry about. How we serve. We have completed just last week, obviously we're always completing service projects, but just last week we completed our homeless care package, what was nice about that project is we were actually helping the city of Plano. This was a city of Plano project that their employees were making for the most part, it was employees that were contributing it. And I think they had collected up to 50 packages for the homeless, as well as a number of other items. Well, we stepped in and we have collected over 85 packages and a number of items. And Taha, he's in charge of that, and he's coordinating with the city about providing that. We're working with the group that handles the homeless. And Jessica Libby, any relationship to you, Roger? Nope. Oh, because Jessica Libby is their homeless coordinator for the city. And I'm thinking, well, I wonder if that's his daughter or something. That would be a small world. But anyway, that's who we're working with. And they are going to let us know about additional projects that we can actually help the city of Plano on. So go us and go Taha. Now, speaking of the city of Plano, this is a biggie. This all happened this morning. The city of Plano opened up this morning an emergency warming station at Grace Church in Plano. It used to be called Grace Outreach Center, which is at Preston and Parker. And I've been a member there for, I think, 24 years. So I know that church well. Well, they need volunteers. Originally, they were just going to use city staff. I had worked with just basically city leadership this morning, and they have chosen to open it up to volunteers, specifically us. And so if you look on our website or use the bit.ly Rotary Warm, the city needs volunteers to basically man the sign-up desk when people come in, and then to just help out for 4 days, or 3 days left. Today, Wednesday, Thursday, 24-hour, and it's 4-hour shifts. So you just click the link and you'll see all the details. Courtney Hitt and Brandon Maxey, there are members that are in charge of it, and they're working directly with the city. So if anybody has some availability in those sign-up times, there's a lot of people, as we know, that not only may not have heat, but they could be homeless and they just don't have anywhere. So we are not only helping our fellow citizens, but we're also helping the city because they just don't have enough staff people to man it, as well as dealing with Greg Russian, who's a fellow Rotarian, past former police chief. he's responsible for police, fire, parks, all this kind of stuff. And he says they're spending a lot of their time, what did he say? Basically handing out blankets, helping people with lost electricity. We have people that are on, need oxygen tanks, just keeping people alive. And so if we can help man this warming station, we can help the city continue to keep people alive. And I got to tell you, you guys, this is a testament to the good that we have done. We not only have the reputation, but we have the trust from the major institutions in Plano that Plano West Rotary will step up to help. We just talked about what we're doing with this, the Plano ISD. We're doing multiple projects for the city of Plano. So go club, keep it up, and let your friends know. Send them this link. We need people to volunteer and help out. And with that said, next project, which we're also working with the city, Clean Up Plano. We have been a adopt a highway volunteer for the city for 4 years. Glenn started that when he was president last. His second time around, by the way, I'll point out. And it's a phenomenal program. We got a sign that says Plano West Rotary and everything, and we do it every other month. As you guys know, we had 13 people volunteer last time, which is awesome. And what we've done, the city themselves, they have big cleanups once a month. Well, they're letting us know in advance about them. And the next one is supposed to be on Saturday. Now, Saturday is going to be a lot warmer today, but it might be icy. So they might reschedule it. I was talking to somebody in the city. They haven't made a decision yet. They're kind of dealing with the current crisis. But for the next 3 months, they've given us a big city cleanup and Glenn's appointment, but it's a lot easier because they're doing the work. We just send volunteers. And so on this Saturday, it might be one or it might get pushed off, but there's another one in March. There's another one in April. And like the one in April is the Great American Cleanup. They pull over 900 volunteers to do it. And so we're going to be one of the groups involved with this. So once again, we are partnering with the city of Plano. We're helping them do what they're already doing, and they trust us that we're doing it. The other projects we talked about, 30-day act of kindness, we've got over 15 people that have signed up for that. Everybody should do that. This is Rotary, service above self, be kind. I know Rosalind signed up. She's one of the first 1 or 2 to sign up. Whoa, whoa. And so I think we have maybe 3 or 4 members on that. I encourage everybody to look at that, sign up. Just says you're going to be nice to somebody for 30 days, and we give you different reasons to do it. We already talked about our meal drive-through with the city of Plano ISD. The big challenge, this occurs after school. And so a lot of us, like me, have to work. And so I unfortunately will not be able to volunteer, but hopefully other people have more flexibility and can. And then when we can get more volunteers, we can move it on to Saturday. By the way, that's all outdoors, but that will be popping up every month, 3 a month. They've been doing it this entire school year, and they will continue doing it through the summer as well. So we will be a part of that. Catherine is the point of contact from our club point of view. James, our club member, is actually running it from the school district point of view. So those are your people to ask questions. 4-way test speech contest, March 20th. We have an all Plano 4-way test speech contest, March 20th. Jenny Orth is our club member that is in charge of it. She's working with the Plano Senior High School Interact Club. They're running it, but any high school student in Plano is allowed to compete. That's both the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. It also counts for private schools, home schools as well. And it's for anybody that competes in Plano. We're partnering with Plano Sunrise, Plano East, Plano Metro, and us, 4 Rotary clubs. We're each going to pick 3 of the top students to compete in our club contest on our own Zooms. And our club contest is March 23rd. So if you know any high school students that go to school in Plano, send them to that link, bit.ly 4-way test speech contest. It's free to register. They can win up to $1,250 if they place well. So this is good. My daughter's only doing it for the money. she's known about it for 4 years and she's doing it this year because she wants the money for college. So whatever it takes. So if you know any high school kids that want some money, they can win $250 at the club level, then another $1,000 if they win at the district level. And Plano students have done well on winning districts. So let's get some more people signed up. And then of course, doing the cards for nursing homes. So that's our club business. And so my question is, do we have our speaker on? Is David on? Anybody? Let me turn
Yeah,
this
I
off.
don't know what happened to him. He said he was going to
Okey-dokey.
be here, so.
That's all right. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll take a little casual here.
Yeah.
So what we will do is, Zane, do we have something set up?
Yes.
So do you want to go ahead and lead this off? Because I have no clue what you've done.
Okay. We'll be doing club networking. So in a second, I'll put you in breakout rooms. There'll be a little button on your screen. So click join the breakout room and you'll be with 1 to 2 other people and you guys just get to know each other a little bit more. So some club fellowship.
Cool. We'll take it away, my friend.
All right. You should be able to see the button to join on your screen. All right, looks like everyone's in
Thank you
a room.
for doing
Yes.
this.
Yes.
There's no way I could have done that. Oh, should we like pause this? No, what do you say? Just keep it running?
Yeah.
Stream? Okay, we'll just talk politically correct.
Yes.
Oh, I would have been doomed if you weren't here. Whew, crazy morning, crazy morning. I've basically
Yeah.
been doing that whole city warming project all morning.
Yeah, I'm sharing it on my Instagram story right now.
Awesome. Oh, because I posted it on Instagram too. Yeah,
Yep,
I had to
just
pull all that together. I have not worked today. That's been my job. But if we can help, yeah, that's.
Yep.
I don't know if we'll pull anybody in the last minute, but if we get one person, that's better than nothing.
Yep. It's funny, I don't really know how to use Instagram very well. It's like everyone always like relies on the young people to use Instagram.
You're not a picture person?
No, I don't post anything or go on it very often. It's easy to get, I don't know, distracted.
Yes, I could definitely. I'm not an Instagram person either. I mean, I posted, I actually, before I became president, I didn't cancel my account, but I didn't use Facebook anymore. But for Rotary, it's a great communication mechanism.
Mhm.
But yeah, my social media that I use actively is Twitter. That's where I kind of get I follow a lot of news, reporters and factual people. And yeah, so that's kind of where I find everything. In fact, when Prince died, I'm a major, major Prince fan. I was at a Rotary meeting, not this Rotary club, but I was in a meeting and almost was emotional in my Rotary meeting when Prince died. How much time do they have?
Well, yeah, I was just about to bring that up. So I was thinking we do 5 minutes. So give them 2 minutes and then we switch it up.
Is that what you did before?
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh, well, no,
look.
no. We brought them back. They discussed like one thing menu and then we sent them back.
You want to do the same thing?
Yes.
Now, I didn't look at your list. So do you have a good feel to make sure they're divided up? Oh, I could just look at them now, can I?
Yes.
I can't take a picture because my phone's streaming. So Fred's here.
Yeah. I'd initially set it up for 2 people in the room, but I think some people left. So last minute, I had 3 people in a room.
Yeah, who left? Frankenfield left.
Yes, I think that.
Joanna, but she's working off of her phone, so I don't blame her.
Right.
Obviously, Laura left before this even happened.
I think it was just those two.
Mike Walker, but he told me he had to leave.
So yeah, it kind of threw me off last minute, but I guess since it's 3 people, we can give them like 2-3 more minutes.
Yeah. Well, the question is, Fred Thomas came on. Doesn't Tamara with him sometime?
That is true.
I
did
wonder
not
if she
account for
was
that.
planning on speaking. No, I was just thinking maybe she was going to speak instead of David, and they just didn't tell us.
Hmm.
But they didn't tell us.
Right. Our school just got canceled through Friday. I hope we don't lose our spring break. Yeah, we might lose our spring break is what I'm thinking.
Kind of like what happened last year for COVID. Oh, but you were in high school, but it happened.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you had a spring break.
We
it
had a
just never
spring break.
ended.
It was just indefinitely extended.
It was a year-long spring break that's never ended.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. So you're not going to get your spring break because you got to make up for all this.
Yeah.
And don't they usually stage a bunch of exams and everything just before spring break?
Sometimes I don't really know. We didn't have a Thanksgiving break last year. It was just kind of.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, maybe it was like 1 or 2 days, but not the whole week like I'm used to.
So normally, you get long ones for college because they give time for people to go home and everything.
Yeah.
But they usually either put, at least I'm old, but lots of exams before spring break or lots of exams right after spring break. Or any break, which is kind of evil because they're forcing you to study during break, which I had done many breaks throughout college. Usually it's over Thanksgiving they did that because I know I have studied through many Thanksgiving breaks in college, but not spring break. Because that's a good way to fail half your class if you.
All right, should I just close the rooms?
Do it. Yeah, it gives you a minute warning. So
I changed it 30 seconds, but yeah.
that's smart. I started doing that.
There's also an option to auto assign, like automatically switch people to breakouts. Is there a reason why we do it, not do it that
Because
way?
it's not very random.
Oh, I mean, like when you click send, they don't have to click join. It just sends them straight to the breakout.
We'll do that then.
Yeah, maybe there's some reason.
It must be new. Interesting. Because when I teach, I use a lot of breakout rooms and I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, okay. So welcome back, everyone. We just hope you learned a thing or two. So does anyone have something to share that they learned about the other person?
Whoever was with Ike, I want to hear something that he doesn't want us to know about.
I think the only thing we want to talk about getting this weather out of the way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's get this weather and then let's get vaccinated. That's what we want to hear. All the people past this Bible been vaccinated. That haven't happened yet.
Amen.
And this weather, you can't drive in. That's why you had all that accident up in Fort Worth. Because people think they can drive on that black ice. I drove an 18-wheeler. You know, 18-wheeler was slide. If 18-wheeler, that car ain't nothing.
You can probably drive on it. You just have trouble stopping, right?
Yeah.
Or steering.
Or steering. Yeah.
I think the news today, we need to pray for them people that lost their lives and their families.
Yes.
And then you had another one in Tyler. Did y'all hear about one in Tyler about 7 trucks?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, some 18-wheelers. You know,
Yeah.
so also Tennessee, my hometown, had one too. Navy. I said, oh Lord. Yeah, we just trying to keep up what's going wrong, trying to get one, because like I told them, we had to come to the office. Our house was so cold. It was cold. They turned it on, they turned it on. We couldn't stay there too long.
Okay.
Where are you, Fred?
At the office?
a clinic, our office. Y'all been up here, yeah. Mm. We started by go to the fire department, stay within.
Hey, does anybody want to share with the group what you learned in your little networking session? None.
I'll share this a little bit. You know, I don't know Fred or Roger very well at all, but I will tell you it's amazing how, even though we're very different, I'm sure coming from very different places, it's easy to see that we all had the same good intentions that would definitely meet the four-way test.
Yeah.
Rotarians always have at least one thing in common, that's service above self. And our club definitely demonstrates it.
I guess we'll go for 2 more rounds of breakout or 1 more long round of breakout. So I'll assign you, and this time it might automatically send you to the room. We'll see.
You guys notice I'd be useless without Zane.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm not sure if it had a different, I mean, people left quicker, so it might have automatically done it.
Is the group, did you manually mix people up?
Yes.
Ah, cool. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's different. Yeah, I think everyone's in a different room. So,
Yeah, this is a crazy day. I mean, there's been a lot of adjustments to our schedule just because people not being here and tower and crisis and so on. So somebody asked me, are you even going to have the meeting? It's like, well, people will show who can show. It's kind of a bummer we had to cancel the party, but it's just tonight, it's going to be colder. Nobody knows what's going to be happening. Nobody has signed up for that project yet. So what is UTD allowing your Rotaract Club to do?
I don't have the specific policy, but we're allowed to host. Okay, no, I do have some specifics. If we're having something on campus, we can have 10 people at one time, max. So
is that
and we can
outdoor only, or do they allow you guys to go indoor too?
I'm like 90% sure outdoor only.
Yeah, would you do an indoor thing?
No, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, so like 10 people max, no food or drinks, makes sense. And so like you can have people rotate in. So you have 30 people volunteering, 10 go this hour, 10 go this. So it's nothing, it's pretty actually open compared to what I thought they would do. And off campus.
Compared to last semester.
Right. And then off campus, we can do anything as long as it fits with the governor's orders. So
just don't break any
laws.
Yeah,
don't break any laws.
So the school is allowing you to do anything legal.
Yes.
That's good. Like it should be. It's unfortunate that we even have to even restate that, right?
Yeah.
Because these orders have no enforcement, that's why things like that have to be said. It's like saying, well, you can drive to this event as long as you don't speed.
Yeah.
Because if your cops never pull you over for speeding, you've got to tell people that.
Yeah.
So definitely our projects are 100% doable for you guys.
Yep, for sure. And so, yeah, we were kind of planning on just for now working with the existing projects.
Why
simple to manage. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Why reinvent? Well, that's all our club does. I mean, we do run some, but so much easier just to help, you know.
Right.
Somebody else is doing the work. We just bring the volunteers. Hey. which is a huge. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for you guys to do that. So are you guys prepared? Isn't it March? The Rotaract presentation? Because I put you guys on the calendar, so you're still good to go?
Yeah. I discussed with Bianca. We're cool on that. I'm not sure if she could attend. I don't remember exactly what she said, but either way, it's a casual thing.
Just talk about what you did now and
Mhm.
what you guys are planning on doing, because hey, we're interested in knowing what our fellow Rotarians are doing.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's just kind of cool to think of that.
Yeah.
Then are you going to try to invite some of your campus members as well?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think I told you I invited them to that pairing project, but obviously it's not like it probably would have happened anyways if we had the food.
Yeah.
Depending.
Yeah, this weather stuff. Yeah, it would. Well, it's interesting. Yeah, because it's going to be warmer. I mean,
Mhm.
Saturday is actually going to be a warm day relative. Oop, you need to bring them in. It's 12:50.
Oh yeah, well I was thinking I hold them to like 12:52. We talk till 12:55, then just end.
Okay, especially because no one's really wanting to.
Take questions or anything.
Yeah. So we're good. So who's supposed to, let me look at my schedule here. Oh, it's Rosalind. Okay. good.
Rosalind, yeah. She is here.
Well, it's no school.
Mhm.
Yeah, she works at Plano West Senior High School.
I think Debbie O'Reilly, the new member, it was Bianca's teacher.
So Bianca told me. It's very cool.
Yeah.
She's head of the English department at Plano Senior. So what is that? I guess that's 3 active PISD employees and 2 former with Dolly and Caitlin.
I'll bring them back now.
Okay.
Well, 30 seconds.
Hey, it's a good time for people to get to know each other. It's hard otherwise.
Absolutely.
Well, unless you go to those big projects, that's because then
Yeah.
people have the casual conversations and those are fun.
Mhm. Yeah, I see you always connecting people, like introducing the new members and everything.
I wanted to do more of that. We had to fight fires at the same time.
Mhm.
Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
What is that? You know, if you got lemons, you make lemonade. So if we don't have a speaker, we get to know each other. You know.
Yeah, it's all good.
Definitely. I'm glad. Is that oh, I thought that was you and Julia, John. I'm like, wow. It's a family drive-in.
This was that today is Julie and I's 18th wedding anniversary.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Our daughter took that shot of us this morning. No power, no heat, no internet, no nothing. Freezing in our outdoor gears inside our house. And it's like, okay, this is the most romantic way that I could possibly think to spend my 18th wedding anniversary. Not really, but you know, at least we like each other in these trying times. So
yeah, there you go.
So I take it you're not using your fireplace.
No, my fireplace is on and it's keeping my backside warm in that photo.
Oh. We should probably get ours prepped, actually. Because our luck is not going to run out. It's going to run out in terms of no outage. Well, let's have one
Run out is my supply of firewood.
Say what?
What's going to run out is my supply of firewood. I have been burning it at a very rapid clip over the past weekend.
I can't imagine. Well, let's have one person tell us something about who they got to know. Come on, don't be so shy, everyone.
Catherine told us a little bit about what was going on with the Pisd food drive. We'd asked that question, and I know that was probably a can of worms, but we did learn a lot there. And thank you, Catherine, for kind of where we are on all of that. That's a great program. When it's good that we're going to be able to keep doing that if we can find us a good distributor there, supplier there.
Oh, the Baron, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And we're still hoping to, we've pivoted to help with the schools, which I agree with Alex is an awesome thing for us to do. Part of what the idea was behind the Baron one, but here's hoping that we can eventually figure out a good food source so we can go back to doing Douglas and Baron.
Well, when I think of Plano Up, I look at Rosalind thinking when those things show up at Plano West, she's one of those they're grabbing out of the building. James is running in. Hey, will you help us do this? Because I think we're doing it at what schools? Plano Up is at Armstrong, Bowman, and Williams. So I bet you Shun's out there delivering food at Williams. Those you guys might have met Shun, who actually she's an academic specialist at Williams, like Rosalind is, and she is a new bride to James Thomas. And so we got to meet her at Barron. So that's the first time I actually met her kind of in person. Well, listen, everybody, glad we got to get to know each other. Zane and I you guys could watch the rerun and watch Zane and I do our conversation while you guys are in your room. But what I want to do now is, well, I could throw this up here to remind everybody next week, we're going to have John Huco, and we're also going to be inducting Debbie O'Reilly. And I'm looking forward to having both of them at our meeting next week. So to close out our meeting today, oh, you don't have to dress up next week. We're going to have Rosalind, our newest member, as a week old. She's going to recite the 4-way test, which is awesome because it's one of your new member Red Badge Program items. And I believe it's also, is it a foundation point item, Randall, as well? Yes, no, Glenn?
Can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember as well.
But more importantly, we say it every meeting, so hopefully everybody will be instilled in their mind. It actually took me probably 10 years to be able to say it from memory, even though I said it weekly for 10 years, because you got to think about it. But if you actually truly try to live your life this way, it's an amazing way to just doing good and doing the right thing. So Rosalind, take it away.
No, this is perfect. This is kind of something I tell my students, and as far as their citizenship, just think about that for a second. Okay, so the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. 1, is it the truth? 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Rotary.
Rotary. Well, thank you everybody for attending. I know this is challenging for all of us. Once again, please point your friends to this bit.ly Rotary Warms, or just look on our website. So if anybody's willing to volunteer in the warming station, I mean, we're truly saving lives if you could do it. So you may not be able to do it, but let your friends know. They might have the availability, because there's a lot of people that are freezing right now. They don't have a house that's well insulated, or they just don't have a house. So this is something we can only do through Thursday. So let's let Plano West Rotary be a part of that and change some lives. Have a great week, everybody.
Likewise.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.